Kaleb, it's been officially announced. July 11th weekend is going to be our personal hell.
Dude, I'm going to hate that week.
It's going to be a hell of an episode.
Dude, that episode is... I don't know if that's going to be the best... So we talked about how every year Mania is going to be our longest episode. Every year we say this. Predictions? What the fuck?
That one has been sitting there for like a week.
Oh my god. That predictions and reactions.
My tongue's blue.
Yeah. Yeah. That's we always say predictions and reactions are going to be our longest episode of the year.
Yeah.
Dude, 5 predictions in one episode. 4 predictions, 3 of which being WWE. 1 being Evolution, which you're going to talk about for 45 minutes that episode.
And 1 being AEW's biggest show of the year.
Like, that's not exactly a small weekend of shows. It's like, oh, Evolution's back. Great American Bash, which has been one of the longest running NXT PLEs for a while. They've done it like 6 years running. Does
this say 2 hours in the corner for you?
No.
Okay, good. It's just me.
Saying it again.
Yeah.
No, it says 1 minute 20 seconds.
Let's go.
Whatever the WWE main roster PLE Saturday night main event is that week with the Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
But it's a long weekend, man.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Curb Stomp podcast. Almost said the other one. Episode 88. Yeah.
Stop dueling, get paid, and just say Curb Stomp.
The funny thing is, when I did dueling phase this week, almost fucked it up twice.
Nice.
Almost said Curb Stomp twice.
Nice.
This week we are preparing for Money in the Bank. There's still some qualifiers. Money in the Bank is next week, where we'll predict that, as well as Worlds Collide, because that's getting hyped now. But this week we have prepared a extra special thing. We have a game, and then the thing from that game will go into
the draft.
Yeah.
The game's going to take like 2 seconds.
We're doing a game to determine the draft order because me and Kaleb really want Raw because we took champions off the table. So
it's kind of hard to not want Raw when you have EO as a base starter. You get Lyra as your women's IC champion. You get Dom. Like,
let's not talk about champion.
Your world champion. Either side is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You want the tag division from SmackDown's the biggest positive there. But actually the mid-card US champ for the men is also solid with Jacob Fatu on SmackDown. But there's a very clear difference between which brand you want to have be your base.
But until then, we're going to talk about some news with Power Rank, and me and Kaleb already talked about the Power Rankings being difficult this week. So
That's tough.
Yeah. Let's start with some news.
Drew McIntyre currently can't turn his head all the way left.
Neither can I.
Well, you're not as cool as Drew.
Well, I just have neck problems in general.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah. But he wrestled this weekend after that.
2026 Money in the Bank will take place in New Orleans, August 29th, 3 weeks after SummerSlam.
What the fuck?
The best tweet I saw responding to that was, Royal Rumble, April 28th, after WrestleMania.
So remember how everyone got pissed about Royal Rumble being in February?
Yeah.
Money in the Bank being in August is woke liberal shit. Trash. That's the meme. It's woke liberal trash.
It is something. I don't know what they are thinking here.
Money in the Bank is easily a early to mid-summer thing. It's never a late summer thing.
Money in the Bank and SummerSlam have always worked perfectly together. Because you get to SummerSlam, there's always that huge chance that someone's going to cash in because of any days, it's your second biggest PLE. So the idea of them just cashing in there, no one will hate on it.
Yeah, I mean,
now you're eliminating it.
Yeah.
And what, the year after it's going to go back to normal? You gotta cash in Money in the Bank. What are they going to do?
Less than a year. Double Money in the Bank winners would go fucking crazy.
That's kind of my thing. Is you get
honestly, wait. Low key kind of cooks.
But like that's the point is you get 364 days to cash in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Because it expires the day before Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
If they go back to the normal schedule, Do we have the opportunity for double Money in the Bank holders at once?
They gotta do that. This is the
Could
one.
Karrion Kross hold 2 Money in the Banks at the same time?
Well, that's Money in the Bank 2026. I'm Money in the Bank 2025, and he's not gonna even get it. That's
He's getting in 25.
He hasn't even qualified.
Yet.
Doesn't have a qualifier.
Yet.
At least my winner at least has a qualifier set up for this week.
He hasn't qualified yet. They're hinting at him being in a qualifier in the match.
Mine has a qualifier. Yours doesn't even have a qualifier.
They're hinting at it on Raw. Scarlett was on a ladder. That's not a coincidence.
Sure.
But yeah, sorry. So Money in the Bank 4 weeks after SummerSlam, which is no bueno.
Woke the bull trash.
Tiffany to Alexa and Tyler, to be honest, you two are a little vintage for me. She's just really called them old. Alexa's only like 33.
32.
She's not old. And then Julia advanced to Money in the Bank. Finally.
Yeah. Remember when I gave her the nod before her match?
Yeah.
I called it.
The first match for Worlds Collide 2025 is officially Legado del Fantasma versus El Hero de Junior, Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano.
Well, I thought Japanese names would be harder for you. But
this is going to be a
Spanish names?
It's any names that are not easy.
God, like
this is.
I think I can say the Spanish names better than you can. I'm wet as fuck.
Dude, it is going to be a struggle. Candice LeRae aligned with DIY.
Yes, she did. And people were like, I'm so here for this. This happened back in like 2018. They're just running it back.
I'm fine with it. I'm here for it.
It works.
It gives us he gets a TV time.
Yeah, it gets a TV time. Man. That's all I care about.
Oh, Truth cult classic. I miss my hero. I can't deny it. So Saturday we say it again. If Cena wins, we riot.
We Wyatt 6.
Yeah. Interesting Money in the Bank qualifier, which will happen after the episode goes live.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax versus Naomi.
It's between Naomi and Jade Cargill. If Nia Jax fucking qualifies, I might kill myself. Dude. And I think there's a good chance she might because Rhea Ripley's in that match.
So what I'm gonna say is, and I know what they're gonna do because I can see the future. Do you remember the time Big Show was in Money in the Bank and they had that really big ladder?
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds they bring that ladder out for Nia Jax?
It might. I don't know.
I genuinely think they would. The Yeah Man is in Money in the Bank.
Yeah, third year running.
Yeah, he ain't winning.
Yeah, LA Knight, really good at those matches, but is he necessary?
I mean, who else was in this qualifier?
I don't know, fucking know, man. I'm like, you're the news guy. You should have it in front of you.
Well, they only showed who they pinned.
Shinsuke was in that match, right?
Alistair.
Shinsuke.
We both thought Alistair was going to win.
Yeah, I would have preferred Alistair in that match.
Oh, would have. It would have been better. Money in the Bank qualifier also on the guy's side is Andrade versus Jacob Fatu versus Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo. Why do we?
I do think it's money, Mello.
What? Why do we ever use? Okay, I know a lot of people are pissed that like Rhea Ripley and Seth Rollins have qualifiers because they're former world champions, but also why do we have our current U.S. champion in that match?
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Why is the U.S. champion in the qualifier?
Faxium has a new theme song.
I haven't heard it, so
Is
it Def Red Bull?
It is the most generic 2000s mid tag team theme song of all time.
So Def Red Bull did it. Got it.
Of like, yeah, we here, we Faxium. It's shit like that where it's like, it feels like they're the, trotting out to give the New Day a 10-minute match in 2014.
It's so crazy because Def Red Bull will drop a banger every so often. Like they'll have a Roman Reigns. They'll have a Julia. Julia's theme goes fucking hard. They'll have random fucking things that go crazy, but it's like it's a 10% hit rate.
So I am convinced that the audition to get the role was Roman's theme song.
It has to be, dude.
That they spent like 2 months just working on one theme song and it was Roman's. The Wyatt Six are back, which led to Montez Ford having probably the best reaction we've seen to the Wyatt Six popping up. He is just screaming. He saw what happened to Gable, and he knew. They were all looking at him. They were all just looking at him. He's like, don't bring out the gun. Don't bring out the gun. But Bo Dallaston blew out a candle on Bray's birthday.
Yeah,
to end the episode.
Very sad.
Oh no, the Wyatt Six are always going to be. I will stand by it. The Wyatt Six did not show up weekly. I really enjoy them just showing up every once in a while, running rampage and just disappearing.
They should show up more often than they do.
More often than they do, but people want them like every week, constantly competing in matches. I'm like, no, let them show up 2 times a month, jump people, occasional match at PLEs.
As I say, it's really hard to do a spooky faction and have them wrestle every week.
Like, let them just show up out of nowhere and just rain hell on people.
They have to be like a PLE type, like
you can't give them the tag titles.
Titles ruin spooky shit.
I don't want them being tag champs.
Like Bray was once in a lifetime where his spooky shit could go with titles.
We are continuing to have Will Ospreay talking shit on WWE for AEW, which is starting that people are starting to get old of that shit.
It's I get hyping up AEW. AEW is doing really good right now, especially with Double or Nothing that happened this weekend. But
and I will support,
shut the fuck up.
we support AEW. So like we've said it before, AEW is good for wrestling because it makes WWE be good, even if TKO doesn't want us to be good.
Jesus, fucking August finding the bank is crazy.
Bill Ospreay wants AJ Styles to quit his job so they can have a match.
I saw the meme. It's like, quit your job, join my emo band.
My favorite response was, man, if only someone else could quit his job to go have a match with him that wasn't AJ Styles. Bronson Reed is back.
He is. Big Bronson Reed.
Aligning with Seth.
Kaleb, how do you feel about this? Because I don't give a shit. This is great. I love it. I love it. You're like, I thought you were like one of those guys like, 6 months ago they were getting tsunami'd and curb stomped. Now they're all good?
Dude, I love it. I saw people like knocking on that on Twitter, and I'm like, man, that was just Bronson Reed's audition to be in Seth's right hand.
Yeah, because it reminds me of after Crown Jewel. Seth curb stomped the fuck out of him. And then left the ring. Up. And Bronson got up and he's like, what the fuck is that? And I don't know about you, but if I'm creating a group that like is supposed to run a fucking like company, I want the guy who I just curb stomped 4 times and still got the fuck up. Like
I like what someone said. He's like, give them the most boring entrance, give them the most boring theme song, but have those 3 with Paul Heyman walk out and they're still awe beyond belief.
Dude, Braun Breaker came out in the fucking sunglasses like a fucking jackass, and with Seth, perfect. Aura.
Dude, I don't believe the amount of aura that group can have at once. It should be illegal. It's
kind of hard. It sucks that Paul Heyman's the least aura, and it's kind of like dragging that down. But Paul Heyman's dragging down your aura in the current Wiseman era.
That's a pretty good problem to have.
Yeah.
That's not about. He usually gives the aura. That's not about. If Paul Heyman gives you the least aura, then you're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Heyman's definitely given less aura when like he had like the rat tail and shit like that. But since he tried the Wiseman era, he gives aura.
That faction, someone's like, hear me out, and it's just Bronson Reed, Von Vegas standing with each other in the tag titles, and I'm like, we don't want that. That's called never drop the titles.
Real.
Because they will never drop the titles. What, are we supposed to believe the New Day beats them without
Fair.
Big E?
My issue with this group is they don't have a fucking name yet, and literally with the draft stuff that I had to type up,
I was like,
Satisfaction.
I was curious on what they'd be listed as, and I just read Satisfaction. I'm like, that's probably the only name we could give them.
I can't be like Evolution 2.0 because I'm like, that's just disingenuous.
Truth came out with Cena's entrance.
He did.
And then hit him with a 5-knuckle shuffle, which was
Truth
awesome.
should have won. I'll stand by it.
I stand by it. He deserves a world title in his career.
He does. And honestly, have him face next week, like this week on SmackDown, and give it right back, I'd be happy. Yeah. I think Truth would be happy. I think everyone would be happy with it. Everyone would understand it. And then Cena has 18.
Not one, but two of you, Ricky, buddy. But Cena did beat Truth after fake hesitating about hitting him with the belt just to kick him in the balls.
Everyone got really pissed about that, but like it's our Truth. Everyone's got a soft spot for Truth. Even Roman had a soft spot for Truth.
Everyone has to have a soft spot for Truth.
But also it leans into like he's gonna turn babyface by SummerSlam.
Truth gives off the vibe of, we all have that one family member that's been around forever, is at every function, but you loud as hell, but you just can't hate him.
Mm-hmm.
You always have that soft spot for them, and that's Truth in WWE.
Kaleb, I have a big problem, and we're going to get to it in a second. I know you are with the news, but I have a really big problem with John Cena's retirement tour.
Why?
Because it was such a layup, especially for the next PLE coming up, what to do, who to give him.
Yeah.
But they decided to give him Logan Paul and Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes. But, like, CM Punk's right there.
People think Money in the Bank for that now.
But CM Punk is the biggest, like, that's when they faced off and they had the biggest match.
Yeah.
Was Money in the Bank.
Oh, it's a good thing that's... Oh, wait, no, that is for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that tag match? Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes is Money in the Bank.
It is Money in the Bank. That's on me. I was thinking next year's schedule. It's like, well, Money in the Bank is after SummerSlam. What do you mean? No, it's not.
It's got to be the CM Punk versus John Cena for SummerSlam, right?
It better be.
It has to be.
Unless Roman comes back and we get Roman Cena
also,
one last time.
It can't be. I mean, it maybe it can't. Like, Night of Champions.
The draft's about to happen.
Then a Raw guy has to win Night of Champions if they want to do it, because then Punk is Cena. He's SmackDown. Move.
Yeah. Cena confronted Jay. Wouldn't it be something if my clock strikes 0, I take this champion's home with me, and that championship is around the waist of a YouTuber?
I love that John Cena wants to pull a CM Punk.
Dan Heenan beat Drew McIntyre by walking out of the steel cage, which responded with the best Jesse Ventura thing ever.
Are you a Jesse Ventura guy? Are you pro Jesse or anti-Jesse?
I am so pro him. We need more Jesse Venturas in the company. Just pure heel. What do you mean you can win by walking out of the steel cage? I thought you had to climb that son of a bitch.
Which is funny because that rule was put in place during the Bruno Sammartino era. Because Bruno didn't want to lose a steel cage match, neither did the other guy. So they just made the rule that you can just walk out.
Mm-hmm. But it was also so Drew can, get off of TV so he can actually get healed.
Yeah, but we're not going to see him until fucking Survivor Series.
Which is fine.
Hi, baby. Hey, handsome.
Jey Uso retained the World Championship against Logan after some help from Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline in my soul. My name is Cody Rhodes. And apparently I think Roman Reigns is hot.
Dude, he's so real for that, though. Did you watch that clip? I watched that clip today. Randy's like, do you know who still looks good after all these years? Roman Reigns. That's not who I was thinking to, but he's so hot.
He's aged like fine wine. His vanity fair is very
tasteful. And Cody's like, whoa. That's my man.
Real.
Oh no, man.
The Yuri stuff I see on Twitter every fucking day about that shit. It's crazy.
Dude, I love how it's like, hey, we're supposed to hate each other, but damn. Get smoking.
I mean, kayfabe is dead. We'll talk about that in a minute, but kayfabe is officially dead.
And Roman, speaking of Roman, he's officially 40.
Old man, old ass man, get the fuck out of here. Go retire. Good boy. Good handsome boy.
Mercedes Moné defeated Jamie Hayter to win the Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
I'm happy to finally get in this match because it's a match I've been like, you need to do this match. But
is this Mariah Mercedes leads to?
What?
No, I mean, not Mariah. Tony Mercedes.
Yeah, Tony Mercedes.
It's okay. Thought it was.
I just wish that Mercedes didn't have any belts on her.
Yeah,
because this would make it be a lot more exciting if Mercedes didn't walk out with 4 belts on her if she lost. Or perhaps adding a 5th one, which is also the main card women's champion, is crazy.
So I'm trying to find the entire.
If she dropped the TBS championship, I would have less of an issue. I don't like double champions, especially mid card, and
it feels like all those TikTok clips like Cena becomes total WWE champion, and it's just collecting all the belts, forming it into one. It feels like Mercedes is trying.
Or it's like if I had the pen and just one random wrestler having all the belts on them photoshopped. That's what it feels like with Mercedes.
FTR beat Nigel and Daniel Garcia.
Boo.
Ricochet beat Mark Briscoe.
Boo.
The Hood Syndicate defeated the Sons of Texas in the World Tag Titles match. Okada beat Speedball Bailey. Tony retained and then kissed Tamina after the match.
Yay, gay shit. I love it.
Swerve, Kenny, and Willow beat the Ops. Oh, and the Ops won the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Beat the Death Fighters.
Shit.
Yeah. There was an idea that was floated out on Twitter. And I know Twitter's really bad at booking, but I really want it to happen. Someone said that Willow Nightingale should be world champion. Not AEW Women's World Champion. AEW World Champion. The one that fucking John Moxley has. I'm all for it.
So, I think the best part of that match, though, was not the match itself. Was Kenny Omega grabbing a mic, walking up to the fan. You just hear all the bodies hit the floor, and they're just screaming it into the mic, and it's just painting the people beating the shit out of each other.
I really like Kenny. But
Kenny's awesome.
He did not have that shit on. His gear was not it. My favorite part of the match was I think Swerve was staying in the middle of the fucking ring with the stapler, and someone ran at him. He moved out of the way and stapled, and it was just a perfect moment. Perfect callback to All Out, which is not in Chicago this year. I thought I was going to be in Chicago this year. I was going to get excited.
I was going to go.
I was going to go, but they have a month here, and I don't know if I want to go to any of them. It's in Chicago. Not the one I went to recently was outside of Chicago, but they call it Chicago because it's close enough. But
the Don Callis family beat the Paragon. And then Hangman beat Ospreay.
I love that.
And an outstanding match. And I love the.
You got me in a tight spot here, but I will give Hangman all the praise. But you put me with Ospreay, it's like I can't do that.
What I respect though was the report that came out of that. Hangman wanted Ospreay to win. Ospreay wanted Hangman to win.
Sure.
They were just in the room apparently with Tony, giving points on why the other person should win and why they should lose.
I have a bad feeling that Hangman versus Moxley is going to end up like WrestleMania 39. Roman versus Cody.
Oh.
I think Moxley's going to hold on.
We'll see.
Because I thought they were going to pivot from Darby, because that's been like the reports is Darby's next one in line for the AEW World Championship, and just give it to Ospreay. Because that makes sense. As much as I hate Ospreay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's super over. Super fucking over. and people love him, and he seems next in line, like to everyone else in the building besides fucking Tony Khan. So I think they're gonna pivot, but I think Heyman wants to lose an all in. But we'll talk about that in a month.
So I'm trying to find what was the PLE that just happened for WWE?
For WWE
NXT.
Battleground.
It was Battleground.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it, so I'm like.
Can you tell that we forgot about Battleground happening?
Yeah.
We forgot to predict it too.
I would have. I'm just saying it now. I wouldn't have gotten one of those matches right.
Which one?
We'll talk about it.
There was no title changes to Battleground.
Yeah, there was.
Not a Battleground.
Yes, there was.
No. The Stephanie and the
yeah, no, that wasn't the. I know
that was NXT.
There was a title change.
Oh yeah, there was a title change. What are we talking about?
There was a title change.
It wasn't a WWE title change. That's why.
Okay,
I didn't care.
we opened up the night with the North American Championship. Sol Luca versus Kalani Jordan.
Real running back.
Again, give it to me again and again and again. They can have this match 15 times this year, and I would love every single one of them. Banger, Sol Luca. Soul Snatcher is still one of the best finishes in WWE.
They had a lot of controversy this weekend. People said it was overrated because it doesn't work.
Guess what? If you're watching this STF, that shit don't hurt.
No.
Guess what? You think Skull Crushing Finale would actually knock someone out on a mat?
I think.
Have you seen Logan Paul's one lucky punch?
I think.
Bad news. Bad news. A spear's not knocking someone out.
I do think a lot of people forget that there's a tiny bit of suspension of disbelief in wrestling. Kayla, I haven't asked you about this. What do you feel about Zaruka?
Zaruka?
Yeah, Zaruka.
I love it. It's going to be pain when it breaks up. But it's going to break. It needs to break up just for the fact that I need that match.
I hate to see lesbian parents destroy their family. They're adopting Tatum. That's my headcanon, that they are lesbian parents who have adopted Tatum.
Probably. Hank and Tank and Briggs beat Spears, Vance, and Jensen by pinfall.
Ooh.
It was a match.
No one cares.
Stacks beat Tony by pinfall.
Is Tony getting called though finally? Probably not.
No. Stephanie Vaca retained her title against Jordan Grayson at Banger.
A lot of people are confused about this after this week, but we
continue the great reign of Stephanie. She'll hold for months, never dropping. I mean, look at the last 4 NXT champions we've had of Tiffany, Roxy, Julia, Stephanie.
Not the
nope. Oh, sorry, Lyra, Roxy.
Nope. Oh no, it's Lyra.
It's Lyra,
Roxy.
Back. Or Julia, Stephanie were the last 4 women's champions. Yep. Whoever holds on to it next is going to be a great woman. Sol Luca, Kalani Jordan, someone in that upper echelon. I mean, maybe Stephanie Vaca holds till Mariah May comes to WWE and she goes to NXT and Mariah May's the next NXT. That NXT Women's Championship is it takes a certain level of talent to hold. And we are going to keep that talent at that level. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. It's not like when you get a main carder that's been in the fucking company and on NXT for way too fucking long. Why would we do that?
Ricky Saints retained his title against Ethan Page.
And he's going to hold on forever.
He's going to hold on forever,
There's
too.
No plans for him in the near future.
He'll never drop to someone with that big of an ego.
He would never drop to Ethan Page because Ethan Page is getting called up next month.
Yeah.
Never.
Alba Femi retained against Miles Bourne.
Fair enough.
And that taxes Alba Femi putting on a Banger title defense.
Yeah.
It's like Roman Seth. You know you're going to get Banger there. Alba Femi doesn't know how to not put on a Banger.
Real.
And we had a title change. In the main event, Joe Hendry dropped the TNA World title to Trick Williams.
First WWE contracted superstar to win a TNA championship.
And I appreciate that they pay to the TNA president. It's just Dead faced.
I'm thankful it finally happened that a championship between companies finally changed to another superstar, because now it feels like an actual partnership rather than, hey, yeah, no one's gonna change hands. It's never gonna happen. Now it feels like if you have Ricky Saints, our NXT North American champion, face off against some fucking dude, Moose. I don't know. That Moose could win the North American Championship.
My thing, we need something to happen there. Of WWE guy drops to TNA, because it feels like it's been a one-sided thing. Of we get best guys. We send you Core Jade 4 episodes.
They just said Nikita Lyons. Shut the fuck up.
They're equivalent. One's on the roster, one's not.
One shouldn't be on the roster. Any roster. You know what? Elena Black got so much fucking work ahead of her. Like, I know you haven't been keeping up with her fucking booking, but her booking's been insane.
Oh, her booking's been. I follow her on Twitter. What? She wants to face a star from AEW that responded anytime, anywhere. What are you trying to imply here, sir? Sir?
Nothing.
Share that I'm keeping up with news. I'm on to you.
I have a perfect defense. She's on my wall.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I follow her on Twitter.
So do I.
See, we're the same.
Yeah, sure.
What are you trying to apply here, sir?
I'm not implying anything.
Please tell the audience.
I'm not implying anything. Let's move on. We have so much to get through.
Alistair says the WWE locker room is like no other. Mercedes Moné's been the TBS champion for a year.
Fuck.
Becky vs. Lyra is going to happen at Money in the Bank. Yeah, I don't like it either. I love Lyra defending. I don't need it against Becky again.
No, there's so many people you can go.
Seth Rollins is the future of the industry, according to Paul Heyman.
He is. Only 39.
Penta advances to Money in the Bank.
Is he official? My God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that Money in the Bank for the men isn't looking anywhere close to the women's Money in the Bank.
Hey, it's switch across qualifies. You know,
is there any world champions in that match so far? I know Seth Rollins has a qualifier coming out, but
Seth qualified.
He did not qualify. No.
Yes, he did. He cuffed off Finn fucking Balor again.
That was not. No, I don't think that was.
Yes, it is. Average Grayson's about to be proven wrong moment.
Oh yeah, he's been qualified.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You have Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
A former world champion, a former Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. We already have one in the women's as well. You Penta, one of the best mid-carders in the company right now. LA Knight, who could easily be a versatile wrestler in this company. You know, he can do a mid-card shit, or he can do main card shit. Just haven't done it yet. Besides one time. And then you have Solo Sikoa.
Find the polar bear. Challenge easy.
I saw a video of Solo Sikoa doing NXT mic work. What happened? Yeah, the Vortex even claims their own, apparently.
Liv Morgan is back and walked in on Dom getting a shoulder rub from.
No. He hit her hand off of him. But I think I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
Can we not repeat this shit, man?
I don't know, Finn. I don't know. Finn's orchestrating it.
Finn is having the time of his fucking life. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Sheamus and Rusev are face to face.
I like it.
All we need is Wade Barrett to get off from commentary.
It's not going to happen.
And who else can we throw in there?
Drew McIntyre.
League of Nations is back.
If Drew wasn't dead, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
As long as it's not the other guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you hear they spoiled something?
We're about to get there.
Okay. I didn't know.
Jay said, I'm done with everyone saying my dad days as champ are numbered. Kali Sane beat Liv in her return match.
Let's go! Double W. Kari gets a win. Liv is back. We're happy.
Mommy in the bank is the saying for Rhea.
She needs to drop the mommy stuff. I love it. Worked. It was dumb stuff.
Over. It's over.
I know it's getting over still, but like
no, I'm saying it's over. It's like not even. It's over because she's applying to the other half of the wrestling fan base that Cora Jade's also Turkish and later Black's Turkish.
Well, that was a Dom thing too. Like that should have died right after the Dom stuff.
Becky said, I actually won that match. I got to go home to my hot husband while you had to go home to
real.
You had to go to the hospital with your husband. And Liva replied, well, I mean, the only thing talented about Becky Lynch is Seth Rollins. So Liva ate up Becky.
This is a decent exchange.
Karrion told Sammy he's never going to win the U.S. title while Scarlett's in the background sitting on a ladder.
U.S. title?
World title. And the interesting note, Karrion Kross is known for copying the hairstyle of who he's targeting. He wasn't he didn't have the same hair as Sammy. He had the same hair as Seth that night.
Jesus Christ. Karrion's going to qualify. He's going to qualify. Yeah.
I told you.
And it's not going to be Roman that fucks Seth out of the match. It's going to be fucking Karrion.
Yeah, I told you. That's not like Scarlett on the ladder is one thing, and then you have Man Bun Karrion Kross back, who has only copied the hairstyle of who he's targeting for the last, 8 months.
That's no champions. Oh my god.
Yes, it is, and I'm here for it. And Karrion Kross is gonna win.
It's gonna be fucking no champions.
It's all fun and games until Karrion wins and comes out wearing sunglasses and a yeet shirt and starts yeeting all over the place because he's going after Jay. People would pay to watch that, and then turn it off instantly. Announced for Worlds Collide is El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable for the AAA Mega Championship.
It's funny because
which is a match next weekend, but Alberto Del Rio is still the world champion.
They really do not want Alberto Del Rio back, and honestly, of all the things that have been happening lately in the WWE, where
he's banned from the WWE.
I know he is, but of all the times where they've been like bending the knee to advertisers or TKO, this time they're actually like not gonna bend the knee to this. Makes me happy.
Goldberg names the current stars that impress him the most in WWE. Seth, Randy, Cody, Logan, Braun Breaker. Find the polar bear. Goldberg said his dream retirement match is in Israel. Anyways, back to a normal episode of NXT. Well, oh wait, Ricky Starks is no longer the North American champion.
Ethan Page has won both NXT championship and the North American championship. Backwards. He did backwards though. He did it fucking backwards.
Just needs the tag title, and he has the NXT Grand Slam.
Yeah, but who the fuck is he in team with, Javon?
I hope not, because at Worlds Collide we get Ethan Page versus Javon Evans versus Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix for the North American Championship.
That's gonna cook.
Oh yeah.
Also, by the way, that PLE on YouTube.
I'm here for it. I'm watching it. June 7th. Next week.
The night of Money in the Bank. We'll be here.
It's earlier in the day.
Yeah, but I'm saying we'll probably be here.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that one.
I'll be here for that probably. Maybe I don't know.
Is the event that week Friday or Saturday?
It's Saturday. It's Saturday.
No. The event I work.
Oh, Money in the Bank is Saturday.
I know Money in the Bank Saturday.
So is.
I will be missing Money in the Bank too. I might be there. We'll see.
No. I think we'll grab Geek again. Fuck.
Maybe. Well, we have D&D that night too.
Fuck, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, we might be live. Okay.
PLEs are always going to be on D&D night now.
No, not true.
Almost always.
Evolution's on a Sunday.
Night 2s and second WWE main event. Main roster PLEs now. And then the rest of the show went normal until the mid-card of JC Jane beat Stephanie Vaca for the NXT World Women's Championship.
And a fucking shocker.
Shocked the world.
A lot of people were confused because JC Jane, first of all, and we're also confused why she didn't drop to Jordan Grace. Well, it made sense after the report that came up the following morning. I'm waiting for Kaleb to respond.
I'm ready. I'm ready for you to keep going.
Stephanie Vaca is going to move up to Raw relatively soon, and Jordan Grace is going to move to SmackDown relatively soon.
We ready for it.
We're
ready.
But JC Jane being the choice to pick up the NXT championship out of that whole women's locker room is kind of crazy. Yeah. Kaleb, if you had a pick from that locker room besides Roka because she holds the championship, who would it be?
To be women's champion?
Instead of JC Jane, who's been there for 9 years.
Zarya, Kalani Jordan.
I've gone with Zarya.
Either of those two.
Yeah.
I mean, I could pull up the NXT. I'll pull up the NXT women's roster right now. Send Candice down there. Let BFAB go back down. Tatum, Thea, Fallon.
But they picked JC Jane.
Yeah. But she's expected out of Raw, Jordan to SmackDown.
Not JC Jane, Stephanie Vaca.
Stephanie Vaca's Raw, Jordan SmackDown. Seth 39.
Yes.
42 is in Vegas, but it's almost 99% shouldn't now.
Yeah, but the dates are not confirmed.
John Laurinaitis has been dropped from the lawsuit against Vince McMahon and is actually going to help against Vince.
That's the big thing. Because he would not do it unless there was a way out for himself, or there was no evidence against him, or he could help the investigation. So there's still people who think Vince did nothing wrong.
No,
but I think if the other guy in the suit is changing sides because they offered him a deal, I think he's in trouble.
Metro Boomin said he would love to produce WWE theme songs.
Do it, please. Goddamn.
Please.
For fuck's sake.
Please. And Jim Ross says that his cancer surgery was a success.
Let's go.
He's now on the road to rehab. Anyways, it's time.
Power rankings. We're doing this a little early, but we have a long thing to do.
We have a big ass draft.
We have a game first, then the draft.
Well, the game to decide the order.
All right, you go first, woman. This is how we do it.
Woman, my number 5, dropping from I think she was 3 to 5. No, 2 to 5. Rhea Ripley. She's your one, isn't she?
Oh, go ahead.
Rhea Ripley. The only thing she did last week, wasn't on the Saturday Night Main Event. No one, not Zelina Vega did not make my list. I want to make that very clear because that match was not that good and it couldn't justify it. She's dropped. All she had was a segment where she said "Mommy in the Bank" is a thing that's starting to get old.
Sure.
And everyone else had better weeks.
Sure. My number 5 is Jordan Grace because she did have a PLE match, a really good PLE match against Stephanie Vaca. Yes, she did lose, but she's also going up to SmackDown. That's the reason why I did it, because she's getting called up relatively soon after. When she fucking debut, early January.
Yeah.
5 months is pretty quick. That's faster than Julia. So, good on her.
Yeah.
We get the 5 spot. Really good match. And before.
My number 4 is Julia, qualified for Money in the Bank.
I did that last week. Fucker.
You did that last week. You got ahead of the game. So I think it's easy to put her at number 4.
Sure. My number 4 defended her championship at Battleground in a fucking banger. And apparently is adopting a small emo child from NXT. My number 4 is Ruka.
Yeah.
NXT North American champion, had a fucking banger of a match. She's still doing great shit.
This is going to be fun.
Also,
this is going to be fun.
Like we said earlier in the episode, it was really hard to figure out what the fuck to do with our power rankings this week. What's your number 4, buddy? I know you already did your number 4. What's number 3?
My number 3 is Stephanie Vaca.
Oh my god, let's go!
Hey, one thing in common. Defended and then dropped the title, but really good PLE match to defend. Dropped, going to Raw. Good week, not great. Enough to jump into the top 2 because I'm agenda pushing.
She also dropped. And that's
She also dropped.
Like, if she didn't drop, she probably would have been 2 or 1 for both of us.
She was going to be my 1.
Just because it's been a fucking slow week.
It's literally my number 1. I'm just full agenda pushing. That's
kind of mine as well. My number 3, yeah, like I said, Stephanie Vicker is number 3 as well. She's still one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Not of all time. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill myself right now. I cannot go that far just yet. She's fucking cooking, and she's gonna go to Raw, and she's gonna fucking cook even more. So.
Oh yeah. My number 2 is Lyra Valkyrie.
Let's go! Let's
go! Good segment. Money in the Bank match. This shows how weak this week is. Women's power making guys that she went from my 5 to 2 with just that backing her.
Not on my list.
Yeah.
Lyra Valkyrie had a great, and then she's getting set up for another defense, a big defense, and a big PLE. Backlash is not as big as Money in the Bank. Let's be real. Again, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Yeah. Yes, it's a repeat. Kind of sucks, but
it's something.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, she's doing something on this fucking roster right now.
I want to highlight this. Unless you are shocking the world with your number 1, Io Sky for the first time in weeks is not on either list.
Kaleb, would you like to explain why Io Sky is not on either?
She has not done shit for 2 weeks.
Where the fuck has she been?
Last week, both of us kept her on at 3. Were you 3 or 2 for her?
I think I had her 2. I think it was a little still.
Was okay, you took a week off. Here's some respect. You're the champ still. You've had the run of all time. We can't do that back-to-back weeks, even in this slow, bad week. My number 1, only reason I wouldn't say the other name, who was the unanimous number 1, is she could be a 1 still. I don't think she is. So Lucas, from not being on the list.
4.
Huh? No, but the person who's number 1 last week for both of us. I don't know if she made your list or not, because I know she might have. I don't know who your 1 is. So Luca is my number 1. Mm-hmm. Great title defense. Banger. So Luca's top of the world. This is fully agenda pushing because no one else had a great week to justify it. I am pushing So Luca all the way up my list so she can hold that number 1 spot.
No, that's real. I like it. My number 1 is agenda pushing, not the person you think I'm gonna agenda push for. It is Rhea Ripley.
Okay, so Roxanne dropped 1 off the list for both of us. I respect it.
I mean, she flirted with Dom.
Yeah,
that's what Roxanne did. I know Rhea didn't do much, but again, I think a lot of people still forget Rhea Ripley is number 1 in my heart, and I will. If I have the default to anyone in this fucking roster, it's gonna be Rhea Ripley.
All right, man. Who's your 5?
My number 5 is Obafemi.
Okay.
Yeah, defended at Battleground. Is still NXT champion, still dominant as ever. Had a great match. Number 5 though, because honestly, I just can't justify it.
Number 5, Trick Williams. Might be low compared to Grayson's list. Trick Williams might not have even made Grayson's list, for all I know. He doesn't know either. Trick Williams won another company's belt in what was only an okay match. I get it's another company. I get it's a big deal. You have to also back it up in the ring, and it was just mid.
My number 4 is the man who returned at Saturday's night main event, that being Cody Rhodes. So yeah. So the thing why Cody jumped up all the way to 4 on this fucking list, when he hasn't done anything besides show up, is because Cody Rhodes makes SmackDown feel interesting again. SmackDown has been feeling dull, and now that Cody's back, again, I know they're doing a John Cena thing this week, which is really weird because all my hype died after WrestleMania 41 for that fucking pairing. But Cody Rhodes makes wrestling interesting on any show he's in now. So he might be number 1 next week. We just haven't seen what he's done this week because we're recording this beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, Cody's my 4 too. It's awesome. I love Cody. Number 3.
Yeah. My number 3 is the man who made history this week. Trick Williams is a TNA world champion while contracted to WWE. That doesn't happen. Ever. It was crazy to see fucking Mickie James, the TNA knockout champion, back in 2018 for the Royal Rumble, but she wasn't contracted under WWE. She was contracted under TNA. It's crazy. This has never happened before in the history of WWE, TNA, and it doesn't matter. It hasn't happened. I have to give credit to that. I know it. I wouldn't want to put him here typically, but I have to respect history.
Yeah. My number 3 qualified for his first Money in the Bank, beating Dragon Lee and Chad Gable to get there. Smoothest man in WWE, Penta. I don't know, something about his. If anyone else did the exact same walk, exact same movements, it wouldn't be as smooth, but it's Penta. Yeah. Penta just embodies smooth.
Speaking of that qualifier, did you see Dragon Lee launch his launch himself off the fucking...
Did you see Dragon Lee, typical spot, not Dragon Lee, Penta typical spot, jumping over the ropes outside the ring and casually hit the smoothest spin of all time? Yeah. That move just embodies the word smooth.
Real. My number 2 is CM Punk. He's not this high because of his own dealings, more because I don't know if anyone else has done better than him in the last few weeks. I know Trick Williams made history. It's still Trick Williams, let's be real. Cody Rhodes hasn't done anything yet. And Obafemi, as much as I love him, he hasn't given us what we want from him with other people. Everyone always looks small to him. Once he gets in the ring with someone who is his size or can fuck with him at his size, if you put him with Ilya Dragunov, fucking fireworks. But we don't have that in NXT right now. So I had it from the 5. But this is CM Punk just kind of moving up his spot because everyone else kind of slid in.
My number 2, Death, Taxes, Obafemi putting on a banger every time he steps in that ring. He was my number 5 last week. I started to give the GOAT his respect after the Jasper Troy stuff and selling his ass off for a new guy. Mm-hmm. He then came out, put on a banger against Miles Bourne, complimented Miles Bourne through the week of, he's done all the work to get here. I just got to ruin all that work and beat him on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Not much more you can ask out of a champion. He's really showing hey, we're talking about how these women have, the next 6, 7 superstars of the future. None of them can touch me, though, because I'm going to be the face of the company for years to come. And Obafemi has every right to be that confident in himself because there's a very big argument that Obafemi is the brightest spot has the brightest future of any wrestler in the company right now. That includes Devon Evan. Yes, I will say it. Obafemi has the most big star feel out of any NXT superstar right now.
Okay, you didn't say NXT superstar. You said superstar.
I will back superstar. I'll say he has a bigger future. I feel like he has a better chance than Roxy or Tiffany or Braun Breaker. I will stand behind Obafemi.
Okay, I want to remind you that Obafemi, I believe, is 28.
Yeah.
Roxy's 23.
Yeah.
She's the youngest person on the main roster.
Yeah. I'm standing behind my boy Oba.
I get it. The
obliterator's gonna obliterate.
Now, honestly, if Oba was on my list last week, I would probably put him in a similar spot than you did. It just he wasn't there, so I couldn't be like, yes, you get the best CM Punk.
I put him at 5, almost for the reason of if he put on a banger, I could just agenda push him to 2.
That's fair. Is number 1 the same person we've had for the last? Is he on his EO run?
Dude, we had the vein of EO. We now have the vein of Rollins. Dude, it's not fair. It's not fair with him right now.
It's the pop luck. It's got to be the pop luck.
It's got to be. No, Seth Rollins is on a run we haven't seen in the last. The only person who rivaled this run we've seen on the men's side. Well, actually, to be fair, Seth only has the second best run in the company in the last decade because a guy by the name of Roman Reigns existed during COVID. Roman's run during COVID was way better. Yes.
There's one man I would put in front of Rollins right now, maybe in front of Reigns. American Nightmare.
Cody also had a good run.
No, Cody has had the best run since returning.
The fact that we're in a 10-year span of we had the Roman carry during the tail end of COVID into the 2022s when he was a full-time guy.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's run for the last year.
No, before that, I think 2022 into
actually, yeah, I'll give him 2 years too. I'll give him 2 years too. And what Seth's doing now are some of the best work we've seen in WWE in this century.
Yeah, and a lot of people talk about the pillars of WWE because AEW set up those pillars, and it's just, it has to happen because comparisons, the death of us. But honestly, the pillars are Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and that fourth pillar, I would personally put a women's superstar there, and that'd be Rhea Ripley. But you can.
I'd say there's 2 different pillars because it feels like AEW is just one big conjointed roster right now.
Yeah.
I feel like WWE, you can separate the men's and women's with pillars.
Sure.
Because women's side right now, you can go one pillar via EO. You can argue Tiffy has her own pillar right now.
No.
I said argue because the argument would just be she's the world champion. I'd go more Stephanie Rucker for that pillar because even though she is newer.
There's 4 pillars, buddy.
I know. I've said 2.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for the third.
Well, I think right now you also have to give one to Becky because even though Becky's not around full time, Becky still does that shit.
You're forgetting a name, buddy.
Liv?
No.
Who am I forgetting?
Bianca.
Bianca. I forgot about Bianca, okay? Bianca gets a pillar. And then whoever you want to put in the fourth, Stephanie, Tiffy, it's going to be Liv, personal preference.
Speaking of the women's roster real quick, they were all spotted on a boat. I'm being serious. It might be the whole main roster women's roster.
I kept seeing it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's Natty, Bianca, blah, blah, blah. And then I see a picture of Natty putting Rhea in a headlock. And then it's a picture of, Scarlett's on there. And then you can see Liv in the background. And it's like.
Yeah, it was like, okay, so it's like the big time players plus, Natty's been there for forever. It's all the big time players. And I'm like, well, there's Scarlett. Okay, that kind of makes sense. She's been around for a while. And then it's like Maxine Dupree. I'm like, this is the whole women's main roster, right? It has to be. Most of it, at least.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be a lot of the ones that can take the time off.
Yeah. It was crazy because it's like, Rhea, you never see Rhea out with the roster. And Rhea's there. It's like, what the fuck? Kayfabe's dead, but like, I don't mind it. I love seeing those pictures. I love seeing them happy like that. Anyways, Caleb, you were a little game. We are almost an hour.
So we have 2 ways to decide who gets pick 1. Okay. We can either just flip a coin.
Okay.
Well, I learned this from track season. I was like, okay, this shit's actually cool. It's going to take a second to explain. Okay. So you and I agree on the number. Say the number is 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We pick a number between 1 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
If our numbers add up to 6, I get the pick. I get a pick between Brandon, whatever. If they don't, you get the pick. So your goal is not to have it add up to 6. I want it to add up to 6. Okay. We could do it from like 1 to 6, 4, whatever. 6 feels more fair because 4 limits the options.
Sure, let's go 6 then. Yeah.
Right. I got my number.
I also have my number.
Awesome. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 2.
5.
Fuck!
Yeah, there goes.
So you can decide between Brand or pick number 1.
I'm taking Brand and I'm taking Raw. Because that sets me up magically, and I really don't care about 1-1 because I know what you want to go with 1-1, and it won't be the same person as I want to go 1-1.
So Raw's such a huge advantage here just based off of this, which is why I need to go with where I'm going.
So we have a spreadsheet set up. I'm not going to show it on the screen because it'll just take up too much space, and it's a lot. On screen, we'll show us our last pick. I'll make sure we have a blank screen. We'll show your last pick, and then we'll put out a graphic at the end.
I have to make sure because I'm also to organize it so it's easier for a post.
But like we said, champions are off the table. No champions were involved in this process. I actually had to take a few out. I think I'd take 1 out.
So, and I'll work the spreadsheet for us so it's easy, so it's keep track. I'm a Mark pick my guys in the color, so I'll be like blue. I'll mark who you pick in red.
Perfect.
Number one pick,
Yeah,
I think, is a very easy pick. It's Seth's faction.
Yeah.
Seth, Braun, and Bronson with Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy no-brainer.
Did you put it? Or you put something blue? That's a weird.
I'm marking in the factions.
Why that blue?
That's the light blue.
That's a teal.
Oh my god! Don't make me have to
put it in actual blue. Think that looks much better. I can read that. Not have my eyes.
I have the right. Okay, I have to just. It's just gonna be a bitch because it's a lot. Actually, wait here. Does that work for you?
I don't know. I'm looking at the factions screen, so
Is a different blue the better for you?
Sure.
Because that'll be so much easier for me to get to.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That's a great. It's not highlighted on.
I'm just gonna do it on the faction side. I'll do in between. I'll clean up the total roster in a bit.
Okay.
After.
My first pick is going to be a former women's world champion. Shocker, I'm going to the women's side already. Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, we knew that was the pick. I mean, it's a good pick, safe pick. My pick. I only played my first pick.
That's basically what I did, and now I'm just gonna be like, okay, let's figure out what the fuck to do.
So, I need a good women's side. So I'm taking a woman, but I'm not taking the woman you think I'm taking.
Can't take Sol Orgo, so.
I know, and that'd be who I'd pick. Where is she? Did you add her on the list?
I picked everyone that wasn't a champion.
Well, you forgot one.
Who?
Unless I just missed it on when I just apparently missed it when I copied it over. So Let me quickly add her.
This fucking guy.
Was it not? Yeah, no, it's sorted. It's just for some reason Fallon isn't as low. Stephanie McCook.
A fantastic pick.
Stephanie McCook goes my pick 2. I need a strong women in the division.
Fantastic pick.
And she is as strong as they get.
That's where I was probably going to go with if I was going to go women's. I'm not going to go women's. I'm not going to go even men's, really. I'm going to pick a faction. And even though I had problems with this faction recently, they had the most star power. I'm going Judgment Day.
That's a fair pick. That is a fair pick.
Also, I feel like if they were not on Raw, I feel dirty.
That's fair.
Just the faction that might not be here is Damage Control, just because they're disoriented right now.
Really, anything. Kari, Shane, and Asuka.
I'm saying Kari and Asuka are separate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I would honestly, because they're not even introducing him as Judgment Day anymore. Do you know what? I'm really good on the men's side right now. I am outstanding on the men's side with Seth, Braun, and Bronson Reed. Well, I feel comfortable going back-to-back women.
He's going to take all I want. Isn't he?
And I need one of those pillars.
Oh.
Coming from NXT. Give me the other former NXT Women's Champion in Julia.
Oh, you're not taking the one I was going to take.
No, I want Stephanie and Julia.
That's solid. I'm working on the women's side.
Just that women's division of Tiffy, Julia, Stephanie being my top 3. Great for the future. It's gonna be bangers after banger after banger.
Okay, we did not start writing down how many picks we've had.
I have my list. How
many rounds we've gone?
Are we just doing? How many rounds are we going? Hold on, I forgot how many.
It was 28. Was last year's.
So I have the number. It's on my paper. It's on my notes app.
Okay.
So I can count whenever we need.
I'm going to go back to the women's roster. Shocker. I'm going with Roxanne Perez.
Roxy. Ooh, that's a good pick. That is a solid pick.
I can easier see her being the Mellow if they don't want to give her the Money in the Bank, being the number 1 pick and hopefully not treating her as like Mellow.
I'm going to the men's side of things. There's one guy still left. it's shocker that I have not picked who you think I'm gonna pick here.
I think I'm looking at him right now.
I need the face of WWE. I have Cena as my world champion. The story's not complete without Cody.
I mean, Cody is a SmackDown guy in my mind. That makes sense.
That's not Cody Rhodes I highlighted.
I thought you were gonna go with the guy you love and adore, who's on this list. He's in here
I know.
now. I just didn't think you were.
So I thought I was going to go too, and I'm like, no, I have to let that bias go to the side for now.
So I know that my men's roster is pretty good right now. It's not amazing, obviously. So let's target the men's roster a little bit. The question is, who do I want to take from the men's roster? Actually, I know I'm going to take from the men's roster. Another former world champion. He hasn't won a world championship in a while. Well, he did, but only for a little bit. Drew McIntyre.
That's a good pick. So I have an issue here. They might be in tag teams now. I am missing an Imperium from a tag team / factions.
Because they're no longer a faction.
They're still a group.
They haven't been introduced. They haven't been introduced as
together. I'm going to shock the world here. I am going to shock the world. Give me Nikita. I'm kidding.
Did I even put her on this list? I think I can't put her on this list. Why did I do that?
Who was in that group? Dark State.
You know who's in Dark State. Dark State's the Shield ripoff.
Oh, duh. I forgot they existed. They haven't been around in a while. You know what? It's only right that I pick him. Hold on, I didn't update your last pick. It's only right that I pick him. That's why I'm not going to pick him. I'm going back to the women's division.
Crazy.
You're going to see a trend. Yeah. I'm building this women's division. Right. And one of those 4 pillars we talked about is still there. Give me Bianca Belair.
Wow. I thought you were going to go with your person that you typically go with when it comes to best one of all time. That's crazy. I thought you were going simply there.
So, I was going with Charlotte.
I thought you were going to go Becky.
Oh no, Bianca's one of the core pillars.
Huh. A guy I think I could easily be a world champion this year if they actually, commit to it. Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, good pick. That's a good pick. It's a good pick after like Sami off. Oh, you still there? That's a tough one to pass up. That's a tough pass up right now.
Mm-hmm. I thought this had been a name we've left off on those lists. One of the biggest names in all of WWE, we just left just hanging there.
I'm taking him. It's Gunther. I'm getting my guy.
Welcome back to my GM.
Welcome back to my GM. I'm building Gunther up.
Look at your last few picks. Gunther, Julia, Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair.
My main event seems pretty damn solid.
That's fair. I'm gonna take a guy that was doing really good shit lately, who's been on fucking fire. He's probably taking a break because it wasn't the main centerpiece of the new PLE build up. I'm taking Randy Orton.
Randy.
I get all the R's here, okay? That's what I'm shooting for, all the R's.
It's time. SmackDown is known for one thing right now, and that's the tag team division.
Really?
And I'm not letting go of that identity. And a common theme of my roster has been youth. I'm taking the new kids on the block.
Fuck.
Give me Faction.
I was literally looking at them for my next pick.
With all the options we have, I sniped you.
That was literally my next pick.
So you know we're 7 rounds. That with my pick. Your pick will be.
So we're a quarter through.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that sucks. You know what? We're all good. Do you know why? Because the man who's gonna run part of this ship is a smooth operator. I'm taking fucking Penta.
That's a good pick. It's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. Where is he at on here? When can I please find Penta? There's Penta. You know, it's only right I take him. Could I wait and get him in like 4 or 5 rounds? Most likely. But I need someone who will be able to fluctuate from main event scene when Seth's doing something, Gunther, Cody. Need a guy who can also go to my mid-card scene, but also just to stir up that drama. Plus, his beautiful wife comes with him. Give me Karrion Kross. My agenda is coming to SmackDown with me.
Okay. Okay. All right. I forgot about that.
About what?
I realized I have actually less women than I thought I did. I technically have 2 additional women because of Judgment Day, but like
you only get Liv here.
I already have Liv because she's in Judgment Day.
I know, but you have what? You only have 4 women on your roster right now.
Currently, and we can fix that pretty easily. Take the new kid on SmackDown. She's gonna move right back to Raw. Taking Jordan Grace.
Yeah, I almost picked her over Gunther, Faxium, and Cross, but I need my men's division to be a little stronger.
That's fair. I don't know how you were highlighting them. I just
I got it. You know, I'm looking at this. And there's a woman still there who is one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And is still working.
I see where you're highlighting, you fuck.
Give me Bailey.
Fucking terrible. Literally, I was waiting the longest time to pick her because I'm like, hey, I can just hold out. I can just hold out.
But she gives me someone who can play both main card and. It's all my women can. They're both, except maybe Bianca's the only one who won't play mid card. But Julia, Stephanie, and Bailey all can go mid card too if we need.
So the bad thing about the roster right now, for the women's roster in general, is the mid card is not very good.
Oh god, I know that's also why. That's why my picks have also been got people who can
do both.
Do both.
Someone who I know a lot of people have been like, it's main card or nothing, but I personally think is a really good mid card right now. I'm gonna go with. I know it's probably a little early, but I want to make sure I solidify. I'm taking Alexa Bliss.
Okay, I thought about Alexa. I did think about Alexa Bliss.
I have a lot of Valkyria, so I mean I'm pretty solid in the first place, but I need to make sure.
You know, the fact that he is still here, I was gonna not pick him. I was gonna let you take him over on Raw. But CM Punk is available this late.
So you want to know why I left him there?
Why?
So we can get that fucking match out. that fucking John Cena CM Punk match. I need it.
My roster is destroying yours, dude.
On the men's side, I think probably.
But women's side too.
Nah. Well, how about I change that real quick? I'm taking Roman Reigns.
God fucking damn it! That was my next pick. That was
bang, bang, bang.
That was my next pick. That was. You know, I need to keep on building up my tag team division.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I'll take a single tag team.
I think there's also a easy one to.
You cannot take Street Profits.
What?
You cannot take Street Profits.
Why not?
They're tag team champions with SmackDown. I forgot.
Oh, duh.
And so are the Warriors. The Warriors also are tag champions.
I was gonna say no. New Day is.
Oh, that's right. New Day is. Let me take out the New Day.
I was like, wait. It's a lot of tag team. Well, wait. So here's a question: since Candice LeRae is with DIY, do I get Candice too now? If I take DIY, I'm taking DIY.
I need to take her out.
That is a 100%. That's Team DIY. I get a mid-card women with it. Absolutely. One of the best tag teams. I mean,
You've been silent for a second, so I was like, what do you mean? This massive midsection we've not touched. Holy shit.
On the men's side?
Just in general, I'm looking at the big one.
Oh.
We haven't touched it. I'm taking her a little early, but I have to. She's so sad. I know that she's got lesbian parents coming up, but like I gotta take Tatum back. So she's gotta go back with Lyra.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, you didn't take my pick.
Okay.
You didn't take my pick.
I was gonna go with men, so I was just who it goes.
My men. I need him on my roster. He's gonna come back from that ACL eventually. Give me Ilya.
You think I was gonna take Ilya this early? You're crazy.
Give me my boy Ilya.
I just took Tatum. I don't need
after your pick, we'll be starting round 13.
So we're nearly halfway there. Got it.
Yes.
Do I take a former world champion or someone young and upcoming? Do I take a former world champion or someone newer and upcoming? It's a great question, Caleb. It's a great question.
Are we gonna ignore that Grayson and Austin Theory tag team?
Yes.
Okay.
I purposely did that because I want to split them up.
I was gonna say, like, I'm not taking Theory, but looking at the list, see Theory listed is going pretty good.
Do you know what that boy is? That boy's bouncy. I'm taking Javon Evans.
Okay, that's a good pick.
You just stared at me for a good second. Like, what do you mean?
I thought you were sniping me. Because I was like, that could be
that boy bouncy. Who else could that be?
Dude, my next pick has gone through so many names.
I also forget to add one. I'm gonna add that. I'm inserting one right now.
I need to see who you're entering. Who is it?
I don't know why he wasn't here.
Who is it?
It's Dragon Lee.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he wasn't on here.
That doesn't change shit. The guy I'm taking has gone by many of names. But the one most known is simply him. Give me Carmelo Hayes.
Nice. I would have taken him too.
Once again, mid-card's beautiful. I'm just... Roman Reigns better be ready to carry your brand. That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy.
You don't have the main event scene to support a Jey Uso world champion.
I kind of forgot he was my fucking champion.
You don't know.
I got Randy and Sammy were fine. I'm looking at this. You're right. I kind of.
You do not have the roster to support it. I have not left you the guys.
I'm gonna add a bunch of men at the same time. I'm taking fucking the White Six.
I've struggled there because I wanted to take them, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want them.
I want them because I can put them in so many situations on Raw because so many people betrayed each other on fucking Raw, and that's the kind of the whole gimmick.
Yeah.
Like the only person they can't go after here I'm looking at is what? Tatum. Roxanne. No, Roxanne. They can go after Roxanne Penta. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. That is not the right brand. Karrion Kross is not on Raw. He is a SmackDown.
Okay, my next pick. If I'm gonna have Bianca, and we want that Mania match to happen, I need Jade.
Nice. And I'll take the third part of that because I've been eyeing that for a while. I'm gonna take Naomi.
I was flipping between the two, but You can have Naomi without those two. You can't have Jade without Bianca, it feels like.
That's right.
I'm going back-to-back women here because I see the perfect mid-card woman.
Nikita Lyons. Yeah, let's go, man.
Actually, never mind. I'm not taking her. I am not taking that woman. I need her as far away from SmackDown so we're not rerunning some of these feuds. Just I need to make you red. You know what? It's time for another call-up on this. See, it might be my first legitimate just call-up that hasn't been leaked as a call-up already.
Sure.
Kalani Jordan.
Ooh. Like that.
Is going to enter my mid-card.
I feel like the reason why neither of us have touched Zarya, even though we have kind of a mutual liking for her, is because Soul Luca's on there.
That's literally my holdup at this point. Has been I want Zarya. It would finish out my New Japan 3, but Kalani is just too hard to pass up on right now.
It's kind of crazy you've been letting this person up because you claim this is your goat. I'm taking Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I don't like her work at the modern era, and I think her and I work too well together.
Well, I'm gonna run back so many of those fucking feuds in this. Honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, like if we ever end up getting WWE 2K25, we should just run a universe, not even a GM universe with
these brands.
Our brands, yeah.
We just have to finish out drafting the roster at some point.
Or we just send them all to NXT.
It's funny, so Lucas dropping you and I in a room arguing about who deserves it more. Oba's not champion. I want Oba. Let's see. My men's mid-card needs some help. Right now, I'm just Mellow, Cross.
My men's in general needs help. Like shit.
Yeah, your men's does. And I need a good mid-card piece in general.
I delete a bunch of the men's.
Actually, I'm going to do this. I hate them with a burning passion. But I cannot deny what they would do to me. That's pause.
Hey, yo!
Pause. What they would do for my roster as far as adding in 4 superstars who can all compete in both the tag and the mid card. As much as I don't want Solo Sikoa on my roster, I have Jacob Fatu.
That's why I said. That's why I left it. I was going to take it a few times. I'm like, it doesn't work without Jacob Fatu. So
I need Jacob Fatu to have his bloodline.
He's taking the new bloodline, guys. What a fucking loser. Okay. My men's roster desperately needs help. I think we're both in accordance here. My women's roster looks great so far. So, man, the men's roster is not that good. We're looking at the whole roster. I'm like, this is rough. You know what? Let's pair him up with his brother again. We're taking Jimmy Uso.
I left him because they need to be together. Plus, you get Roman.
Wow, we both took people we'd left for the other one.
I looked at him multiple times for that mid card role. I looked at him every time I was debating mid card. Big Jim was like top of my list of
Big Jim with Naomi and his brother. Oh, it's over, bro.
So I'm making it easy so I don't have to count the list every single time to check. We are on round 17 now. Round 17 now.
Let's just run it up to 30. Just make it a nice round number.
That's fair. You know what? I'm gonna leave the tag team division for alone for now. I have plenty of tag teams. You need some. What do I want to do here? You know what? I need a mid-card woman again. I'm sorry. for what I'm about to do. Kairi Sane is going to come to SmackDown. Oh, you son of a bitch.
You're separating.
Yes.
Damage control, you fuck.
Yes, I am.
That's fair.
She is the perfect mid-card woman.
I need to put Dio Rainbow.
There's like no one on this list I want that's mid-card and healthy.
You know what? I need to take more of a solid men's roster. I have been doing that for the last few picks. I'm going to continue doing that by taking a former world champion, Damian Priest.
Damian's a solid pick.
And they get it back with Rhea. Continues with Drew McIntyre bullshit. So,
see, I'm leaving some guys I want on this list for you because you need them more than I do.
Man, he's being nice instead of just fucking cutting me off.
Like, there's so many guys on here I would take if, like, I'm trying to hand you a free tag team here that would also could be a tag team, could be a solo.
Trust.
I'm trying to, you know.
Oh, wait a minute.
I can't separate him and his girlfriend. Zelina's on my brand. I need Aleister Black on my show.
Nice.
Again, another guy who is just going to do.
Did not leave him. I was going to probably take him next few rounds. Was going to be my next pick. I was staring at my next pick. You know what? We haven't had a lot of, like, you know, fun tag teams lately. They've all been kind of serious, even the New Day. I'm going to take one of the best funny tag teams and Pretty Deadly.
That's a good pick. I looked at him for a second and just decided to pass on him. You know what the key is of women's wrestling? It's not always about having your big stars, but about just having that person who's going to come in and get the job done every single show. She might only show up 12 times a year. Not because of necessity, but we just only use her when we need her. It's Natalia.
Holy shit. Wrong. I thought I was going with the wrong person. I was with the fucking... Okay. Woo!
I know who I thought you were... a legacy, the best legacy left on the board. On the do you think I was taking the other one?
I thought you were going to take the other one, yeah. I'm gonna short my men's roster a tiny bit more before I go back into the women's pool. I'm gonna take the guy who's probably gonna have a award named after him this year. This is R-Truth.
Oh yeah. That's a great pick.
Dude, I am capitalizing on these R's. I'm taking every R possible. You cannot stop me.
I'm leaving one specifically for you. I'm
not touching that one man. There's one man I will not touch in there.
Yeah.
Like Davidson said, if he wins the title, I'm killing myself.
I'm not leaving you Vince Holland. Vince Holland is organically there, dude. I'm not leaving you Rey Mysterio either on purpose or Rusev.
Oh, you're leaving me okay.
Yes, I am letting you have him because you need him. You desperately
I don't need
him.
Man. Because now he becomes a tag person. I don't know if I want to put him.
You don't need him to be. He can be a solo. He gives you flexibility you need.
Oh man, I love how he's trying to be nice in this draft when he could easily just be an asshole and just make sure I don't have supply.
I've taken like all the main eventers on the men's side.
You really haven't. You have Seth. You have Punk. You have Cody.
I am gonna go back into my NXT poll. On the men's side, there's an infamous clip of me saying he will be the call-up of the year after he completely destroyed his leg. And you know what? He's back. And the fact that he's still in NXT is bizarre to me. My mid-card is going to be the best mid-card in WWE history. Give me Wesley.
Sure, buddy. Yeah, we can shift this men's roster a little bit still. Let's go with 3-time Money in the Bank participant, LA Knight.
Yeah.
It is your pick, buddy.
And I'm staying on the men's side. I'm staying with the men.
Crazy.
Because there's still another guy there who I'm playing nice, There's some guys here I just can't play that nice with. Andrade is still on the board. I'm taking Andrade.
Wasn't on my list.
Wasn't?
Was not on my short list.
Wow.
You had Mello. I was gonna leave it. Let's go on the women's side of things. I haven't touched the women's side of things in a few rounds. We are gonna take Lash Legend. I adore the way Lash Legend wrestles.
That's what's throwing me off.
What round are we at, buddy?
I fucked up some colors, so I'm fixing my colors on my side.
Wow.
Well, I fucked up Roman's color, and I kept looking at Roman to see what color you were.
Well, I'm red.
This is round 22.
Okay, so 8 more rounds.
8 more rounds. And I'm going back to the women. And I'm just playing the game that she is going to return at some point, and she's just not quietly retired. You know, I'm starting to think to a point she is just quietly retired. But I think round 22, Asuka's too big of a steal not to pick.
I'm gonna be real. You know, Asuka's based. I've gone on record saying that's my goat. I cannot break up the Kabuki Warriors though. You took Kari, and that took Asuka off my board.
I told myself I'd wait. If she's there late in the draft, I would take her.
The moment you took Kari, it was off my board. It was like, okay.
I was like one of those that's like, she might have just quietly retired and told no one.
That's
but
fair.
the potential there.
That is so fair. Oh, you know what? Women's mid-card got to get shored up. And I didn't really want to take her because she was a U.S. champion, but I'll take Chelsea Green.
I was leaving you just for that. I thought about taking her earlier, but I'm like, I can't run Zelina Chelsea back again. I can't.
Well, I'll run Chelsea Lyra. That's fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I just can't run the same match you've seen 12 times.
That's fair.
I think I'm 1 or 2 women away from my entire women's roster being done.
The ones that we'll touch, yeah, probably.
This is why I'm also taking a tag team with him. I get a good. I haven't had someone who just pops on your screen and makes you happy. Alpha Academy is still there, and they make people happy.
Good pick. I like it. You know what? Just to make it kind of a little even here, I'm gonna take American Made.
Fuck! That's my next pick. That was my next pick.
No, gotta make it even, buddy. I didn't even want them because of fucking jackass McGee over there.
Gotta be way more specific.
The one that's been dressing up like a loose drawer like an idiot.
You know, it's hard for me not to go with another tag team here because the tag team division is that good.
And I get Ivy Niles. I'm happy. And I got the Creed Brothers for a tag team.
I'm taking Motor City.
Great pick. I like it.
Motor City.
Don't know why we've left them off for this long.
I'm trying to give you tag teams, but it's getting to the point where I can't not take them.
Oh. I don't really need tag teams, man.
Yes, you do.
I don't really need tag. I have Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso on the same brand.
What's your world champion, buddy?
I have the Creed Brothers for that faction.
You have 2 tag teams.
No, I have.
Oh,
3.
you have Finn too.
And I'm gonna have a 4th one because I'm taking Ray Phoenix now.
You're taking away Phoenix. You're gonna make them a tag team.
I'm gonna get a tag team now. Fuck you.
You know what? I'll give you 2 rounds. I will give you 2 rounds to take that pick. I am going to take one of Grayson's picks. I know he has been keeping in his back pocket. I need another woman.
Okay.
I said I was 2 picks away from being done on the women's side. And there is a really energetic woman left on the board. Give me Thea Hale.
You fucking dickhead. I was gonna leave that to be like one of my last picks. Because I thought you'd leave it alone. You know what? You know what? You know what? Just because you did that, I'll piss you off, kind of piss myself off. I'm taking Zarya.
Okay. Cool.
Fuck you.
Okay. Have fun. Enjoy Zarya.
I will.
Grayson's just pissed because he knows deep down that the draft has been a blowout. And
It's not been a blowout.
see, I'll save that pick for a bit.
I think the women's roster is fucking cooking.
You know, do I need another main event caliber guy? What, I have Seth, I have Cody, Gunther, Punk, Ilya can fluctuate, Alistair can, Karrion will be built to do it, Braun and Bronson can, but I need another guy. You know, WWE is all about being able to do everything. And there is a guy on this list who can do it all. And his name is Omos. No.
You did not just take fucking Omos.
I did not. He recently lost his NXT North American Championship.
Ooh.
Another recently came to WWE call up. I'm calling to my main roster. Give me Ricky Saints. Baby.
Yeah, I love that, buddy. I don't know his stuff in AEW, so I can't be like...
Baller.
I'm highlighting half your shit on the men's roster because you haven't done it yourself.
Because I didn't delete the tag teams. I was going to just delete the tag teams off of here.
What round are we at?
After your pick, we will be starting 27.
Oh, okay. So we are starting to get down to the nitty gritty.
Yes. Well, we have 27, 28, 29, 30.
I need to shrug the men's roster a little bit. God damn it! You gotta fucking start. You gotta highlight your shit, dude.
I have.
You haven't.
Who is not highlighted?
The more submission guys.
I missed Motor City. That's on me.
You didn't highlight pretty.
Because I didn't do the tag. I did all the tag teams on the tag team page.
Well, I'm looking at the men's page, and I
didn't have time to delete all of them off the men's page.
Fuck you.
If you would. Now make your pick.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I want to do. I'm stuck between two names. I'm over here. Any names I actually like? I guess I have to finally fucking take it. I'm taking Charlotte Flair.
That's gonna be my pick 30, dude. That was my pick 30.
I was like,
wait, no, I want you in red. I did not want.
I'll run Becky Charlotte again. That's always a great matchup.
There's a guy here who it's high risk, high reward. He may not wrestle this year, but the fact that pick 27 I get Kevin Owens is, oh no, if Kevin Owens doesn't wrestle this year, I'm using pick 27 on the guy who doesn't wrestle. If Kevin Owens does come back for Mania, I get Kevin fucking Owens.
Okay.
3 picks left.
Okay,
Well,
3
4
picks.
for you, 3 for me.
4 for you, sir?
So you have 4, I have 3 left.
Okay, I have 4. Okay, I can plan this out. This is easy. I don't want to touch that because I don't remember who's in that group right now.
Who? What group?
Chase U.
Chase, I have no idea.
Because they've rebranded it completely.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna call up a group from NXT though. I'm gonna go with No Quarter Catch Crew.
That's a good group to grab. That is a great group to grab.
I like everyone in that group. To not at a super amount, but I love them all.
I like that group. That's a good group. You know, there's a guy here. Great worker. Ooh. There's some women here. I'm shocked they're still left too. But
go
no,
pick one you choose. Go do it. Go do it.
I said I gave even more picks than I was usually going to give you to pick them. I am going to have the greatest tag division in wrestling. Give me the War Raiders.
Those are not women.
I said the greatest tag division.
I know, but like, there's some women here. I'm like that.
Yeah, right. And then I changed my mind. There's some women that are still on the board. I'm shocked you haven't took.
I mean, there's a few.
One actually. There's 2. One. I'm shocked you haven't took.
There's a few in here that I'm like, okay, sure. I'm gonna take one of the goats though. I'm taking Rey Mysterio.
That's right.
Why is the greatest luchador ever is still on the board. Again, I'm capitalizing on those R's. We're on Raw. It's gonna be rated R Raw. All of our faction together.
Man, if only one of the other two R's were gonna get taken. Because one of them will definitely not be taken.
I did not highlight Ricky.
Pick 29. Is she not on the list?
Oh.
Or am I just forgetting her name?
Her name?
That is her name.
Broke up the name and.
That's definitely not her.
You could have control deathed it.
No, well, I wanted to make sure that I had to Google
looking
it.
At NXT talent?
I was looking at Fallon Henley to see if it was.
Yeah, she's there.
I know she was. I was looking for Brindley Reese.
I did not put Brindley Reese in here because she's on Evolve, and I didn't want to touch that.
Oh, I would have totally. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not taking them. Never mind.
I have to say, if you take fucking Nikita Lyons, I'm fucking crucifying you.
I think the fact that he is still here is stupid. I will say this. You have failed as a GM with some of the names that are still there and some of the people you have picked. I am taking Mike the Miz.
Taking the Miz? No. That's fine. That's fine.
Dude, I see like 6 names that would carry your men's division so easily.
My men's division getting carried by a lot of these names? No, fuck off. No. There's maybe one name I could give you like any like semblance of maybe the main event.
I can see 2. I see 3 guys who can shift. 4 guys who can shift.
What round are we in?
This is you have 2 picks left. Let's take a next pick.
You know what? Let's take the history maker here. We're taking Trick Williams.
That's one of the guys who I thought can save your men's division.
Fair.
I'm gonna. God, and he's still. Yeah, there's so many. Yeah, Grayson, I can't be nice. I just realized that he's still here.
There's 2 names where I'm like, I've been leaving for you, and you have not taken them.
So I was gonna take Nia Jax at this pick originally, but then AJ Styles is still on the board.
Okay, that leaves my final pick for easily. Your final pick being AJ Styles is crazy.
AJ is fucking outstanding. What do you mean?
Also, AJ's is a SmackDown guy in my head. I was not going to take him on Raw anyways. He was the face of SmackDown Live in 2016, so fuck off. All right, that leads to my final pick to be pretty easy because it's going to be banger after banger after banger.
Sheamus.
I'm taking Sheamus. I'm
going to tell you now, you ruined it. I was going to take Waller in theory with the long-term plan of finally just breaking them the fuck up. But I couldn't. I was gonna take Waller originally at pick 30, but I saw AJ Styles. I'm like, I can't take Waller over AJ.
Okay, let's go over these real quick, just for people who were kind of listening, because we kind of just took picks like we were crazy. Kaleb, you took AJ Styles, Aleister Black.
I have my list right here if you want me to.
You in order? I don't have them in order, so
I have my list in order. I have Seth Bronson, so Seth's faction. Stephanie Vaca, Julia, Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, Gunther, Faxium, Karrion Kross, Bayley, CM Punk, DIY, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, Jade Cargill, Kalani Jordan, The New Bloodline, Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, Natalia, Wesley, Andrade, Asuka, Alpha Academy, Motor City Machine Guns, Thea Hale, Ricky Saints, Kevin Owens, the War Raiders, The Miz, and AJ Styles.
You know who you're missing on the list that you forgot about? Ludwig Kaiser.
I know. I saw him.
Okay.
I saw him.
Once
again, I had a bunch of guys I was going to take at 30. And there was a bunch of guys I was leaving you like, please, Grayson, you need them.
No, okay. My roster, Alexa, in this alphabetical order, not in order. Alexa Bliss, American Made, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Javon Evans, Jimmy Uso, Jordan Grace, The Judgment Day, LA Knight, Lash Legend, Naomi, No Quarter Catch Crew, Penta, Pretty Deadly, R-Truth, Randy Orton, Rey Fenix, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, Roxanne Perez, Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Tatum Paxley, Trick Williams, The White Six, and Zarya. You seem upset.
Because you drafted so bad.
Who should I have taken in?
Who should you have taken?
Yeah.
Do you know who would help your brand so much right now?
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk.
CM Punk would have been great. I left him for a little bit because, again, I wanted that John Cena matchup. I remember your champion. I was remembering your champion. I was remembering my champions when it came to roster building. I'm sorry, did you forget about Jacob Fatu? Did you forget about Zelina Vega?
No. Like you could have used Cody over there.
Sure. But he was picked early. He was picked really, really early, which made sense.
Who were your first 4 picks?
My first 4 picks were
Rhea, Roxy.
Ripley. I took Judgment Day early because they had a Dom connections, and plus that comes with my tag champions. I took the tag champions. Fuck you. Liv and Raquel are the tag champions.
Oh, the women's.
I own them.
Okay, who are your other 2 picks early? Roxanne was 1.
Roxanne Roman. No, not Roman. Roxanne Rhea, Judgment Day, and my 4th pick.
Actually, it wouldn't matter. I had first pick before you. But you should have taken Cody top 3 for that roster. Gunther could have been. Actually, Gunther over there would have worked well.
I know I took Jordan early. We'll see in the final edit when I put up our previous picks.
I can just send you my list to make it easier for you.
I was just gonna go through it because that'd be simpler because I don't know what my picks were. So, okay, I labeled my early picks. So I took Rhea Ripley 1. I took Judgment Day 2, and I took Roxy 3, and I took Drew 4.
Drew was your best pick early,
and then I took Sami Zayn 5.
Sami Zayn over Gunther and CM Punk.
Yes. I've told you the reason why I love CM Punk and Gunther is your man. I was not going to take him.
I left Corey Stan all the way for you to take her.
Yeah, and then I needed to pick somewhere else, man. I knew my men's division wasn't looking good early, so
Dude, I left Corey Stan for you forever.
And then once Corey went off the board, I had to leave Asuka. But we just exchanged goats because I took Becky.
Becky's work is way worse than what Asuka's going to be when Asuka comes back.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Anyways,
that's going to wrap up what we did for this episode of the Kaleb Stomp podcast. Next week, we will be tackling the Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. So join us next week when we talk about that stuff. Let us know who had the better draft, because honestly, I don't think my draft was as bad as Kaleb thinks. I know you have Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Fuck off. Anyways, next week we will cover Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. Until then, bye-bye.
peace.